for the next session, we are really honored to hear from some of our local state legislators. And to get us rolling, it's my pleasure to reintroduce my colleague, Quayle Kitwana. Quayle, you can take the floor.
Sure. Well, everybody, it's been an interesting period for us. We've made a lot of adaptations, and one of them being how we engage and make sure that not only our voices are heard, but we hear the voices of our legislative champions. And we spent a lot of time, fortunately, over the last couple of years, particularly last year, cultivating our relationships with our legislators. And many of who have really stepped up for us, regarding understanding how to meet our needs and make sure that they're champions and bring their voices around budget and legislation regarding last year, of course, going into this year. And today, what we wanted to do was allow for them to present just in a cameo. Some of them have will be introducing themselves via video, but we have the pleasure of bringing to you live the Honorable Bill Quirk, the Assembly Member for District 20, and he will be providing some of his thoughts in terms of what he believes is something important for us to be thinking about. And so I want to thank you for joining us in person, Assembly Member, and let you just take it from here.
Well, thank you very much. It's very important to me that you are here, that you care so much about our seniors, providers, caregivers, family members, and I know there are also seniors here just attending this conference. And the work you do is extremely important. I'm 75 years old, so I'm a senior. And I have some of the same issues that other seniors have, but obviously I'm in great health, and my physical needs are well taken care of. But even I suffer from this isolation that we all feel. And I think that no matter how well you're provided for, that isolation is a key factor in whether or not you make it through this difficult time. So having caregivers, having people who reach out to seniors, I think is extremely important. Just so you know what my district is, it includes Ashland, Cherryland, um, Castro Valley, Fairview, Hayward Acres, Hayward, San Lorenzo, Sunol, Union City, Northern Fremont, and that's from around Maui up and further north. Again, as we work with one another, I'm going to need guidance from you in budget issues, in policy issues. I would be very pleased if you would work with my staff so that we could have a virtual meeting in my office for half an hour or an hour, and just tell me what your needs are, where you see the problems in the budget, how you see the legislation. So please work with my staff. Deborah Cox is on today to set up a meeting where we can discuss the various issues that are going to be coming up in the next few months, including budget as well as various policy issues. I personally, so I'm not your typical senior. I am a high-tech senior, so that most of the issues I deal with have a substantial scientific element to them. So I've worked in reducing greenhouse gases. I work on what we're going to need to do to adjust to the impacts of climate. We're in a crisis here. In no time at all in the next 50 years, we're going to be seeing neighborhoods over and over again being flooded out because of sea level rise. Of course, we have issues of fire. And these are issues, both the prevention by trying to bring down our carbon footprint and reaction in terms of, do we have to retreat from certain areas? Are there ways we can protect those areas from sea level rise? What do we need to do to our forests to make sure that there's less of these just huge burnings, as we saw particularly in Fremont a few years ago? Not Fremont, I'm sorry, Oakland a few years ago, only about 20 years ago now. Anyway, that's who I am and where I am on these, where it is that I usually do my work in the assembly, and be glad to answer any questions.
Well, thank you so much. And I just want everybody to know that the Assembly member has been in the conference for probably about an hour or so. And so that commitment and listening and taking in, our questions, we will be forwarding along to the Assembly member some of the questions that have come up in our chat. And I just want to thank him for being here. And I would like for everybody to extend a huge applause to him and thank him and extend our welcome.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Okay, also would like to go ahead and introduce Honorable Rob Bonta, and who's representing California Assembly District 18 via video.
Hello, Senior Services Coalition of Alameda County. I'm Assemblymember Rob Bonta, and I'm honored to represent the communities of Oakland, Alameda, and San Leandro. It's great to speak with you today. We know this last year has been very difficult. The COVID-19 pandemic has caused tremendous pain and hardship, and we know it's our seniors who've been hardest hit by the virus. One of my top priorities has been to assist seniors in getting needed resources and answering questions. In fact, many of the inquiries my office receives are from seniors who have questions about COVID-19 testing, and most recently, about access to the vaccine. I know not everyone has access to the internet, so I strive to be a helpful source of reliable information. I would like to offer my deep gratitude to all the caregivers here. Thank you. You have been essential to helping our seniors stay safe and healthy. And to our seniors, I also want to say that I'm deeply committed to making sure our state provides the funding, the resources, and the systems to make sure we do everything in our power to keep you safe and healthy. That means we must strengthen how we equitably and efficiently distribute the COVID-19 vaccines. It also means we must ensure the next state budget avoids cutting essential social services. I fought hard to ensure the current budget protects vital funding, and I'm proud to share with you that the legislature and the governor have reached an agreement to extend the moratorium on tenant evictions. It's not a perfect bill, but it will help keep people in their homes during this public health pandemic, which is critical. I again want to thank each of you. I look forward to hearing more of your legislative priorities and to working together with all of you in the coming year to promote our seniors and keep all Californians healthy, safe, and well. Thank you.
All right, thank you. And with that, I would like for us to go ahead and offer some welcoming applause to Honorable Assemblymember Bonta. Okay, up next we have the Honorable Rebecca Bauer-Kahan from California Assembly District 16, who have a few words for us.
Hi, everyone. I'm Assemblymember Rebecca Bauer-Kahan, and it is an honor to be here today with the Senior Services Coalition to talk about policy and how we can move the ball forward for the seniors in our community. This is such an important time to be having this conversation about how we can move policy and budgetary items and support the seniors that are living in our community. So there is much work to be done, and I know you guys are going to do a lot of it during your meeting, but just a few things that I know my office and the legislature are working very hard on. Vaccines are top of mind for us. We are working so hard to get our seniors vaccinated as quickly as we can, which means working harder on communication, distribution, and ensuring that the supply is available and getting to the distribution points in your community. So stay in touch. Hopefully we will continue to to provide you with the information you need to get vaccinated and make sure all the seniors get vaccinated. Budget. Obviously, it's been a hard budgetary time with COVID, but we continue to remain focused on ensuring that California's budget doesn't leave the most vulnerable behind. Our budget should be a reflection of our values, and our seniors are an important part of our state, an important part of our community, and they need our support. So we will continue to advocate for senior services in our budget moving forward. And lastly, I want to thank all of our community partners who work day in and day out to meet the needs of our seniors, those who choose to age in place at home and those that are in other settings. It is critical that we work together to ensure, especially right now during this pandemic, that they are getting the food they need, they have the housing resources they need, healthcare is there and available to those that need it most, and that they're getting the support they need. Loneliness is real right now, and we want to make sure our seniors are connected and getting the resources that are available to them in the community. So thank you for being our partners in that. Know that we're thinking about our seniors every day in the Capitol, and we will continue to be advocates with you for ensuring that seniors get what they deserve and what they need to live in dignity. Thank you all.
All right. So I want to encourage everyone to go ahead and put any questions that you may have to any of the legislators who have offered a cameo into our space. We will be forwarding these questions along to them. And also if you want to extend some thanks to them and gratitude for their participation.